This is Tillman's Take, and today we're going to discuss Week 14 of the NFL and my predictions. As you know, we're getting down close to the end of the season, and teams in both conferences are jostling for playoff position. So here's my picks for Week 14. We have the Jags 4-8 at the 6-6 Titans. As you know, the Titans have been a solid defensive team all year long in the top 10 in defense, sound defense, average to so-so offense. In this matchup, I like the Titans to win this matchup 21-17. I think Mariota will have a couple touchdown passes, and they do just enough to beat the Jaguars team. And Jaguars are not a bad defensive team, but they've been having all type of problems on the offensive side of the ball. Then we got the Bengals, who are all banged up at the red hot Chargers. We know what the Chargers did last Sunday night in beating the Steelers. They came back from a 16-point deficit at halftime to beat the Steelers by 3 points. We know that the Steelers jumped off sides 3 times on the final kick for the Chargers, and the Chargers went on to win that game. I like the Chargers in this matchup at home against the Bengals, and a big one, 35-20. Then we got the game that I don't care about, the Jets at the Bills. I got the Bills in that one, 20-17. Then we have the Panthers have lost, I believe, either 4 or 5 straight, or at the Browns. The Browns have played fairly well this year. I think their record is 4-7-1, a much improved team. I like the Panthers to snap their 4 or 5 game losing streak, and they need this game very badly. I like the Panthers in this one, 25-21. Then we have the Falcons at the Packers. Both teams are going to need to do a lot of changing in the offseason. We know there's been a lot of problems in Green Bay. We know McCarthy got fired recently. We know that they had issues with Philbin and Moss. As far as I'm concerned, get rid of all of them. But of course, as many of you know, McCarthy addressed his team today, which he had a chance to do today, and that was good that Green Bay allowed him to do so. But in this matchup, I picked Green Bay to win only because they're home, 26-24. And also, while we're talking about the Packers, I want to mention about Rodgers. It's been reported that Josh McDaniels could be their next head coach or of interest with Green Bay. But as was mentioned on ESPN, he probably doesn't want McDaniels to come there because McDaniels comes from a system with the Patriots and Tom Brady and Belichick, and Rodgers wants to prove that he is his own man. I call that ego. I like Rodgers. Rodgers is one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now, but I think he's part of the problem in Green Bay, and not only just his pay, but his ego, attitude, and also they can't get other players in there because of his salary that he makes. Just my opinion. Green Bay wins this matchup at home against the Falcons, again, 26-24. We have the Ravens at the Chiefs. I think this game could be a very close game because of the Ravens' solid defense. They are the number one defense in the league right now, only giving up 17 points a game. But of course, we know they're going up against a Chiefs team that scores about 37 a game. So something has to give in that matchup. Best defense against one of the best offenses in the league, and the Chiefs. I do like the Chiefs to go on and win this one, but I think it'll be closer than a lot of people think it will be. I got the Chiefs winning 31-24. Then we got the Pats at the Dolphins. The Dolphins play well at home this year. They're 5-1 at home, but 1-5 on the road. I think the Patriots will go in and win a hard-fought game in an AFC East matchup. The Patriots need to keep pace with the Chiefs and keep winning. I like the Patriots in this one, 27-20. Then we got the Saints, who lost their first game of the year at home against the Bucks, 48-40. I like the Saints in this one, 32-24. Even though the Saints lost a low-scoring game at Dallas this past, I think it was Thursday, both teams played well defensively. It was a surprise that Dallas won, but right now they're I think 11-2, the Saints. Then we got the Giants at the Skins. I like the Giants in this one, 23-20. Skins are all banged up. We know about Alex Smith breaking his fibula and tibia, which is reported that he has a career-ending injury because of the severity of the injury. Best wishes to him, but you got to think about the man's life and longevity and walking again and so forth, not football. But best wishes to him. And also Colt McCoy broke his, I can't remember if it's fibula or tibia, but he's going out. So now the Redskins have to rely on Mark Sanchez to finish out the season. And I'm not sold on Mark Sanchez. Giants win 23-20. Then we got the Colts at the Texans. I like the Texans in this one, 27-21. Yeah, 27-21. We know the Colts, or not the Colts, but the Texans have won 9 straight, going for their 10th victory, or 10 going on 11. The Colts last week got shut out by the Jacksonville Jaguars. Don't know what happened in that game or how that can happen when you average nearly 30 points a game and you get shut out by the Jaguars. Texans win 27-21. Broncos, who are playing well, are at the 49ers. I like the Broncos to win this one 26-17. The Broncos are making a push for a wild card spot. They're 6-6 at this time, so I like the Broncos. Cowboys are at home against the Eagles. We know the Cowboys beat them the first time in Philadelphia, 24-20. We know Zeke had a big game that night. I really believe that the Cowboys will win this one again. I think the Eagles will stack the line of scrimmage to stop Ezekiel Elliott. So if I'm the Cowboys, I would open the game up with the pass instead of the run. And plus the Eagles linebacker, I forget his name, made a comment that the Dallas Cowboys choke against them. And I think that's, as many of you know, when you make comments, that's up on teams' bulletin board. That will motivate and make the Cowboys even play harder. Cowboys win this matchup 27-20. Then we got the Steelers at the Raiders. All Steelers in this matchup. They'll come back with a great win this week at the Steelers, or at the, I'm sorry, not the Steelers. Steelers are at the Raiders. I like the Steelers in this one, 32-17. They'll redeem themselves from their breakdown game that they lost last week at home against the Chargers. Then we got the Lions at the Cardinals, another game I don't care about. I like the Lions, 23-17. Then we have the Rams at the Bears, one of the best offenses in the league. Rams against one of the best defenses in the league, and the Bears. But the Bears can put up some points as well. But in this matchup, I like the Rams to win another close one, 30-25. I think Gurley will either have a big game running it or catching it, or even both. But I think the Bears will concentrate on slowing Gurley down and running the ball. And then our final game, Monday night, is the Vikings. I think they're 6-5-1 at the 7-5 Seahawks. I like the Seahawks in this one. Something about the Vikings this year has just been up and down with their defense, their offense. I like the Seahawks in this one, 27-19. So this is Tillman's Takes. These are my picks for Week 14. And last week I went 10-6. So hit like and subscribe to my channel, and we'll talk more on Friday regarding the game against the Jaguars at the Titans. So once again, this is Tillman's Take. Have a great Thursday.